This is David B69, and welcome to today's game, the final game of the series against the Pirates. And we got Nola against Jones, whoever the heck he is, as we wrap up the series against Pittsburgh. We do play Pittsburgh another time this year on the road, so we have that to look forward to whenever that happens. I am not sure. Nola gets a start. We're gonna we changed up the lineup a little bit. I have Brandon Marsh play left field today, giving Kepler a little bit of rest. This is going to be a long trip. So we basically just going to have to get used to adjusting the lineups for a little bit because it's just one of those things that needs to happen. Yes, I know Max Kepler has been struggling, but he's got to play. But yeah, we got some interesting stuff going on. So let's just get to it.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Today, the finale of this three-game weekend set. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Big storyline coming into this one is the tough stretch for one of their key players. He just can't seem to get it going at the plate recently, Chris.
Well, I think it's time to switch it up, Boog. He's due for a major breakout, and hopefully he can shake it off and get back to his old self today.
Pitch coming at you right after the break. Just about set to go now. And pitching in this game, Aaron Nola. Chris, he's got the ability to take control of a game when he's out there.
Well, incredible mound presence, and he's going to attack hitters. Look at that strikeout per 9 ratio over 10 coming into this start. So he's a pitcher that wants the ball. He's aggressive. He knows that he can get the swing and miss, especially when he needs it most. We'll see how effective he is in this one.
Nola fires. And O'Neill is struck out.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Tommy Pham stands in here, takes ball one low. 1 out, base is empty. Finds its way through, base hit. One down. Jock Peterson, the next Pirate to hit. That one's in there. 0-1.
Nola's a guy that can rack up a lot of strikeouts throughout the year, Boog. He's got multiple seasons with 200-plus Ks and a pitch arsenal that leaves most hitters frustrated as they walk back to the dugout.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Nola was recently named Pitcher of the Month for some outstanding work on the mound. He goes down looking.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Joey Bart in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
No question that he earned that Pitcher of the Month award, Boog. He was just dominant. String together enough of those, and you can expect some other hardware on the mantle.
And that should be extra bases. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Coming home. And he's out.
Yeah, on the tag.
Cut down, and that ends the inning. Pirates lead 1. So now the Phillies offense will see what they can do. No score. Back after this on the show. Back at Citizens Bank Park. And on the mound today, Jarrett Jones.
Yeah, and his whip tells you he's been pretty effective this year on the mound. I mean, opposing hitters having a hard time getting on base and then being able to really distract him and do damage in terms of getting around the base path. So they're taking the mound. This is a guy you want out there if you're his teammate, and I expect him to be good in this one.
Trey Turner, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. And that is cut on and missed. And the count 1-1.
One strike.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Throws to first in time. One up, one down. And time now for the Phillies lineup. A guy who's been huge for them over the last month plus, Alec Bohm.
Well, Boog, he's a guy to watch because he capitalizes on the big situations as well as anyone. Hitting over 350 with runners in scoring position. And you know what that means? That means he's a key player for this offense because he can really drive them in when the team needs him the most. He's been clutch all year.
He swings and fouls one off. And he deals. Out to short. It's through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. And now it's Alec Bohm with 3 hits on the series and one of them a homer. Oh, great stop. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. We played one here in Philadelphia, and there is no score at Citizens Bank Park. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. New inning getting started. Leading off, Andrew McCutchen. There's a strike. McCutchen goes 5 feet 11 inches, 190 pounds. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Typically that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
Nick Gonzalez in the box with one away as he takes ball one. That one finds the zone. Strike one. Making the calls behind the plate in this one is Woody Keller.
Yeah, and Woody does a pretty good job back there, Boog. He's got a pretty fair strike zone most of the time. Maybe some inconsistency here or there, but usually he's back there doing a solid job.
Real Muto pulls it down, and there's 2 down. Andy Rodriguez in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. There's the strike up high. 0-2 now. Swing and a miss. Aaron Nola the strikeout. Down in order go the Pirates. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And we're back. Now it's the second baseman, Bryson Stott.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Off the mark there, and it's 1-0.
One ball, no strikes.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Rodriguez hauls it in, and there's one away.
Well, that's a frustrating into the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it off. Unfortunate for him.
He swings and drives one out to deep left field. Going back, pulls it in on the warning track.
Batting 6, Center fielder, Byron Buxton.
Here's Byron Buxton. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a sense of urgency for the defense because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
Swing and a foul out of play. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Now you see even sluggers from time to time try and use the bunt really as a way to beat the shift.
No.
Just missed.
2-2.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Phillies down in order. We'll move to the third with no score. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. Nola back to work. On the ground, right side, and that's just foul. Just missed. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Swing and a ground ball. On to first. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Batting ninth, third
now
baseman,
batting Key Brian Hayes. And that drops in for a strike. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
0-2.
And he hits a ground ball right side, and it goes just foul. Stays alive. Top of the third, no score. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Now batting, the center
So
fielder,
the Pirates
O'Neal
batting order
Cruz.
turns over. Here's O'Neal Cruz. Fouled off left side. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. Nothing doing here for Pittsburgh, and we're still knotted at 0. Back here in Philadelphia, bottom of the inning. Now it's the DH, Max Kepler.
Max Kepler.
First pitch misses. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to swing? And this is ripped down the right field line. Way back there. Out of here. That's worth the price of admission. The Phillies score first. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like it was going to bend foul. Was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely, and he gets the jog around the bases. Good for him.
JT Real Muto now in the box.
No ball.
Comes up
One
empty with a swing there. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Late on that fastball.
0-1.
Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile.
No ball.
And the count is 0-2. Runner at second, nobody out. Pitch misses there. Now 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And there's a ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Inside and it hit him.
That hit him.
He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. So the Philly batting
Now
order
batting,
turns over. Trey
shortstop,
Turner with a chance now.
Turner.
Grounded out his first time. The shortstop takes the ball.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
And that one is lifted in the air. Cruz heads towards it. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 1 down. So Harper stands in. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Harper.
Ball 1 to Bryce. And a swing and a miss.
Wow, no fair right there.
1-1.
I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Fastball for a strike. Real Muto at second. Marsh over at first with 1 away. In the air, left field. Pham makes the grab, and there's 2 away. And here comes Alec Bohm. He's 0 for 1.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
Next one misses, and now it's even 1-1. First and second, 2 down. In the air, right side. McCutchen has it sized up. Squeezes it, and that is that. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now a 1-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Welcome back.
Leading
Let's
off
take a
for
look
the
at how the
Pirates,
series has
left
played out
fielder,
so far.
Tommy Pham.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
On the corner for a strike. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Has room, and he makes the catch. And the batter now, Jock Peterson. Caught looking his first time up. And ball one. The Pirates trailing by a run, top half of inning number 4. And that's down and away.
2-0 count. You really don't want to give in here. You've got to work the edges, really execute a pitch. Hopefully you can get back into this count.
Too low, and it's ball 3. And there's the automatic.
3-1.
There's a swing and a drive. That's back there. And that one is out of here. That's one way to quiet the crowd. It's his 6th home run of the season, and this game is tied. It's 1-1. He put a charge into that one.
That was a lightning swing right there, no doubt about it. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Here's Joey Bart now. Doubled his first time up. That one drilled left field. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. In safely with a double, his 2nd of the day.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Ball outside.
And it's 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
1-2.
Runner at second here, one gone. Caught him looking for the K.
Most guys are very aggressive when they see the stakes out there on the base paths and can't understand why he wasn't ready to swing the bat. You've got to be ready to swing the bat in a situation like that with the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Gonzalez in the box now. No balls and a strike. That pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. 1 in the inning for the Pirates on this solo homer. All even now at 1-1. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Second baseman, Bryson Stott.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Missed inside with the curve. That missed by a lot. 2-1. That's down and in.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
On the ground, right side, Gonzalez. To first, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
Up next for the Phillies, right fielder.
Here's Nicholas Castellanos. He's 0 for 1. This one in the air. Rodriguez pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 down. And now the center fielder, Byron Buxton. His first at bat was a strikeout. Now one missed. And there's a ball.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
Next offering is in for a strike. swings through that one.
2 strikes to a guy who's already 0 for 1 with the punch out. The only guy in the lineup with that strikeout. But you can't get too relaxed. You still got to make good pitches to get him out.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And the Phillies are set down in order. Phillies go down quietly. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.
Rodriguez.
Sliced hard but foul.
You know, these Pirates, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
And 1-2.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
He makes the grab. 1 up, 1 down. Jared Triolo, the next Pirate to hit. Close one, doesn't get the call. 1-0. Triolo, a former Gold Glove winner, 27 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2019.
This game has been so tight, feels like the next team to score will win it.
Smoked on the ground a second. Stott over to first in time. Now 2 out. So next to the plate for Pittsburgh, Ke'Bryan Hayes. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. And that is out of play. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Up and in. Now 1-2. Lifted in the air, right center field. Reaching for it, makes the catch. Bucks go down quietly. Score remains deadlocked at 1. The Turnpike Series continues now. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now for the Phillies, Max Kepler. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
You know, these Phils just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. They haven't run a single count full in this ball game, and that's just wild to me. That stat alone shows they're making it way too easy to get them out.
Fastball for a strike. And that's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Here comes Real Muto. Doubled his first time. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller. Good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
When you got a catcher like this guy with a big arm like that behind the plate, it really shuts down the running game.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Pham sizing this one up. He's got it, and there's one away.
Now batting.
So digging in now for Philadelphia, Brandon Marsh. That one off the mark. Ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
1 away. Tie game. Go ahead. Run stands at first. Last half of inning number 5. And that misses. And that's ball 2.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
That's a little bit low.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boo.
Trey Turner in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And now the count is full. And
Full
another
count.
power hitter lurking in the on-deck circle. In there, got him looking, and that one split the plate.
Up next.
Here's
for the
Turner
Phillies,
now.
Shortstop,
Both 2 in
Trey
this one.
Turner.
1-0.
This one in the dirt. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike
1-1.
one.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he has attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive.
1-2.
This has been a treat to watch.
Cut on and lifted in the air. McCutchen has it sized up. Makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Phillies strand 1. Score remains tied 1-1. The Turnpike Series continues now. Top of the 6th inning. Here's the center fielder, O'Neal Cruz. Close but called a ball. And that's ball 1.
Well, I'll always remember how Cruz left his mark on Major League Baseball in his debut. 3 innings into his first game, he had the hardest throw by any infielder in baseball, the hardest hit ball all season by a Pirate, and the fastest sprint speed by a Pirate. This guy does it all. That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Right through there, got him. And he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one.
No, that's not the best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but it certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
That one close, ruled a ball. And the count even 1-1. That one missed.
2 balls, 1 strike. Ball, no.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
Swings and misses, and they're filled up.
Full count.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. 3-2. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Buxton moves under it. And there's 2 away. Here is Jock Peterson. He's already homered in this game. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. That's off the mark. 2 balls, no strikes.
2-0 to count.
That one ripped. And out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 2-1.
Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Base is empty with 2 away. This is Joey Bart. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1-0.
2 outs, base is empty. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Cannonball coming. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back at the ballpark. And in this series, it has been ugly on the mound as we look at the numbers. Jones back to work. Swing and a miss. Bullpen action for
No
the
balls.
Pirates.
One
Colin
strike.
Holderman loosening up in case he's called upon by Derek Shelton. Bednar also throwing. That
Ball
one
one.
inside. And that is ball one. Little chopper rolls foul. Swing at a ball lifted to center field. And there's one down. Now the third baseman, Alec Bohm.
Third baseman, Alec Bohm.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. One down, Phillies down a run. And that one misses up and in. And that's ball one. And a curve misses outside. Late swing fouled off.
Pretty impressive. We haven't seen that pitch from him much, but he's got a really good feel when he throws it.
One down, base is empty. In
Ball
the
three.
dirt, 3-2 now.
Full count.
Headed towards the corner. McCutchen running hard to get it. Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul. Swing and a ball popped up. Gonzalez. That's out number 2. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Jared Jones will depart, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. On the mound now for the Pirates, Carmen Mlodzinski.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
This is Bryson Stott. Foul ball there. Home team down a run here in the bottom of the 6th. And that one is inside ball 1. And that one upstairs. Swung on, belted. Way back there. And it is gone. And we're all square. It's 2-2. Chris, we knew this moment was coming for him soon.
Yep, and it finally came. We knew it was only a matter of time before he's going to connect with one just like that. Just too good of a hitter at the plate. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Castellanos, the next to hit. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Brings it in for the 3rd out. But we're all tied up thanks to this solo homer. And we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Major League Baseball is on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of inning number 7 at the plate for Pittsburgh, Andrew McCutchen. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
He was all over that one. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Gonzalez, the next to hit, takes low for a ball.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
That misses. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there in the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
That one down the line and foul ball. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. On the ground to third. Fair ball. Throw holds him at second, but the go-ahead run now in scoring position, and still nobody out. First and second, no outs. And now the first baseman, Andy Rodriguez. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
With the go-ahead run standing at second here in the top half of inning number 7. That one the other way. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down. They're waving McCutchen home. He'll score and the Pirates take the lead. Now the second run is in, and they lead by 2.
He went up there and got it with 2 strikes. I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there, coming back in that at bat.
And here is Jared Triolo. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
No base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
Finally gets the first out here on the grounder. Key Brian Hayes now at the plate. In there at the knees. 0-1. Just missed.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact. So not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind it.
And there's 2 down. O'Neal Cruz digs in now. 0 for 3 in this one. Just off the outside edge. 1-0.
No strike.
In there at the knees for a strike. Rodriguez on third with 2 out. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Well, just about to hit that century mark. 100 pitches for this game.
Up the middle. That's a base hit as a run scores.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from. And there's just no
manager out of the dugout now. And it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Aaron Nola's day comes to an end. And he had a tough time keeping them in the ball game today. We'll get a new arm when we come back. Out of the bullpen for the Phillies, Orion Kirkering. Hasn't pitched in the last 3 days. Here's Tommy Pham. In the dirt. Next offering is in for a strike.
He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
2 outs. On the ground, and that's just foul. In the air, right field, Castellanos. As this one sized up, brings it in, and that is that. So they get 3 and jump ahead late. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Pirates 5 and the Phillies 2. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Colin Holderman.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
And now the center fielder, Byron Buxton. who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Swing and a miss. That's the sweeper.
No balls. 1 strike.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
No,
that
that's
just misses, and the count is 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. 1-2 here. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the first out.
And there's another strikeout, and those are just continuing to pile up. His confidence level has got to be dropping. He's got to find a way to make an adjustment, Boog, get back on track. His team needs him.
Kepler in the box again. Takes a strike. Strike 2. Base is empty,
No
1
ball.
away.
2
Here at the
strikes.
bottom of the 7th. And
1-2.
ball 1.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
And the sweeper is off the plate.
2 balls. 2 strikes.
Two on the way. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. One down, base is empty. And it remains 2-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And that one hammered. That's back there. And that one is out of here. He's done it again. His 2nd homer of the game. And they're chipping away. It's 5-3. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time. Took a direct path to the ball. Excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
And up to the plate is JT Realmuto. There's a strike. Swing, and he breaks his bat. Fires over to first. And Realmuto is out.
Well, as a hitter, it can be kind
Now
of tough. You
batting
get a hard-throwing
left fielder,
reliever that comes in the ball
Brandon
game. You don't know
Marsh.
exactly what his pitches are doing, and that clearly blew him up on the hand, sawed off that bat. Tell you what, the bat companies, they're pretty happy when guys like this come in out of the bullpen.
And the Pirates manager making his way to the mound now as he will make the move. Colin Holderman is done. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. New pitcher now, Joey Wentz.
Number 34.
And something to be aware of, the
Joey
long ball
Wentz.
has been a little bit of a problem for him this year.
And now Brandon Marsh. That's in there. That's strike 1. Out to short, Triolo. Inning over on the ground out. Took just 2 pitches to finish the frame out of the bullpen. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. It's now 5-3.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start
Number
the 8th.
68.
Jordan Romano.
Definitely a guy that pounds the strike zone, makes hitters earn their way on base, and rarely gets in trouble because of free passes.
And Jock Peterson stands in, looking for his 3rd home run of the game.
Yeah, he blasted his 2nd of the game in the 6th inning. This guy looks like he's playing on beginner mode in this one.
Beginner mode is where it's at, Chris.
No.
And takes low for ball 1.
1-0.
Romano, 31 years old, and he was born in Canada. That one finds the zone, and it's 1-1.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away, if you can locate that consistently.
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. And that one is off the wall. Around first, heading for 2. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Well, that's how you respond. Leadoff man comes up, gets into scoring position. Now, there are several ways that they can get this run across.
Bart stands in now and watches strike 1. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. 0-2 now. Got him. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Here's Andrew McCutchen to hit.
Now
1 for 3.
right fielder, Andrew McCutchen.
Check swing, called strike. Next offering, pop foul off to the right, out of play. 1 out and a runner at 2nd. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. So back-to-back strikeouts now, and they still haven't managed to do anything with the leadoff double.
Yeah, Boog, and you just don't want to get careless here. You've done a really good job to get 2 outs after that leadoff double, as you mentioned, and just got to execute your pitches, and it's a non-issue.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air, and that's a fair ball. The run comes in to score from 2nd, and they take a 3-run lead.
Comes through with the RBI with a pitch away. That's exactly what you want to do with it. Drive it the other way. And right there, just barely able to keep it fair down the line for the double.
Rodriguez in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Close one, doesn't get the call. And now it's even 1-1. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. And they've doubled. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. David Bednar.
He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts compared to other relievers, so he relies on getting that soft contact and the defense doing work behind him. They'll have to be on their toes with him on the bump.
Turner in the box now as he leaves that one up high. Activity in Pittsburgh's bullpen. Dennis Santana loosening up in case he's called upon by Derek Shelton. And that one clips the corner.
In this situation, you expect the batters to be a little more patient, possibly take until they get a strike. With that, you don't want to miss your opportunity to get ahead early in the count. He didn't right there.
Swing and a ball popped in the air, and it drops in. And a good start to the inning.
Well, that's one of those knocks where you almost expect to get some jabs from your teammates when you get back to the dugout. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat, just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
Here comes Bryce Harper. Turner gets his lead at first with nobody out. Late on that fastball.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up. Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Runner takes off. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Now batting, third baseman, Alec Bohm.
Here's the third baseman, Alec Bohm. Siggy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots.
Ball.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
Ball.
Just off the outside edge.
2-1.
2-1.
If you're a guy that can only hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because he's able to use the entire field, that's why he's so successful in these situations.
Cruz makes the catch. Runner tags at second.
Nothing instills more confidence in a team than a center fielder who makes a great play like that on the run. They can feed off the energy he brings just from his playmaking abilities.
So digging in, Bryson Stott. He's already homered here in this one. First pitch, and he just misses. 2 outs and a runner at third. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Makes the grab, and that is that. One left for Philadelphia. Now, and on the mound, the closer, Yohan Duran.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Jared Triolo getting ready to hit. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Duran is what you're looking for in a good reliever. The ball stays in the ballpark. It's so hard to square him up. And that's downstairs. 1-1.
Yeah, he stays out of the middle and pitches either at the bottom or at the top on the edges. And because of that, if you do get it in the air, it's usually just a high fly ball. And when it's down in the zone, it's on the ground.
He's so consistent that the manager basically can look at it like he's got 3 outs sitting in his pocket. That shortens the game. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
I'll see it more commonly in the sport these days, but man, a triple-digit fastball blown right by someone is still pretty awesome to witness. I mean, you got to be geared up and ready to swing it when a guy like this comes out of the bullpen, because that fastball, it eats, and if you're not ready, you're going to be walking back to the dugout.
Castellanos hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
When he takes the mound, you feel like, hey, this inning is wrapped or this ball game is over. He's just that good, and you can see it in opposing hitters as well.
Cruz in now, takes ball 1 off the plate.
They know when he comes in, pretty much forget about it. Kind of reminds me of Mariano Rivera.
2 down, nobody on. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Two down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th. In the air, center field. Buxton makes the catch, inning over. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 5, 6, and 7 will lead things off in the bottom of the 9th. It's the Pirates 6 and the Phillies 3. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Dennis Santana.
And if you dig into his walk rate, his numbers are really impressive. He's really filled up the strike zone this season, so these batters better be ready to swing the bats.
Leading off,
Nick Castellanos at the plate now.
Right fielder, Nick Castellanos.
And first offering is fouled off. And there's a foul ball. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. 1 gone here. He's 2 outs away. And digging in for Philadelphia, Byron Buxton. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Outside with a breaking ball. Base is empty, one away here in the last half of inning number 9. And another ball.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
Popped up. Gonzalez hauls it in for the out. 2 away.
Now batting.
So they're down to their final out. Now batting Max Kepler.
Kepler.
3 for 3 with a pair of home runs and a single. That's in there, and that's strike 1.
No balls. 1 strike.
One strike away. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, Boog, 4 games wasn't too long of a losing streak, but they're definitely happy to be back in the win column. Now you can turn things around, get on the right track, and probably start a winning streak from here.
6-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Oh, that was kind of an irritated loss. I just basically left Nolan too long. I shouldn't have had him pitch as long as I had him go. I still would have lost overall, but it is what it is. Pittsburgh bats came alive, especially Peterson. It's like not much I can do about that. Good news is we had Kepler and for some reason Bryson Scott hit a jack one now today. So there's some positives to take out of today. I mean, despite the loss, like you said, overall gave up too many hits and obviously too many runs. And we didn't get enough hits and didn't have enough runs. So, yeah. So we took the loss today. It is what it is. Like I said, we didn't strike out as often as we possibly could. So that's possible. It's a positive, but it just means we were being too aggressive hitting, which is a negative. So, like I said, we did strike them out 12 times. I mean, that's good. I think I was saying it the opposite way at first, but Nola did good. I mean, like I said, just give up one too many home runs. I mean, it's going to bite you in the butt if you do that. So, and Normano gave up a home run. Well, no, he gave up a run. I don't think it was a home run. But it is what it is. So, let's take a look at things after today. I think we got the Rockies coming up next, where we're going to make a road trip. This was the ending of our homestand. Yeah, we got the Rockies coming up next for a 4-game series, and then we go to the Athletics as well. So that's actually an interesting little trip. I mean, that should be 7 victories, and then we have an off day on the way after coming home. So, so not too bad. That's one day. And yeah. So standings wise, we still have a lead, 1-game lead on the Braves. So that's a good thing. So we're moving forward. I mean, the Nationals are well behind, and the Marlins are well behind. So we put them in the rearview mirror. Even the Mets have a losing record. Like I said, they don't have good pitching. And people are claiming and everything that the Mets have good pitching right now and stuff. They're playing the freaking Marlins. They should chill out a little bit. They have to actually face some bats before you can actually say you have good pitching. But it is what it is. So, Until next time, this is David B69 saying have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow. Peace. I'm out.